Are you curious about the money that you will need when you purchase a home here in Austin, Texas? Well, this video has everything that you're going to need to know and how much money you're going to need when you purchase a home. I'm Kim Wilkin, Realtor and Broker Associate here in Austin, Texas with eXp. Let's go ahead and get started with the first amount of money that you're going to need right after you go under contract on your perfect home. So let's talk about the monies that you will need immediately after you go under contract. So within the first 3 days of going under contract, you're going to need two amounts of money. That is your option fee and your earnest money. Both of those can go to the title company and typically with one check or one wire transfer. So let's start with the option money. The option money is anywhere from $500 to $2,000 depending on the house that you're purchasing, typically the price of the home. And it also, this is a negotiable number, so that number can vary. That's just a general rule, $500 to $2,000. What that does is that is given to the seller through the title company and can be released directly to the seller at any time during the contract. This money allows you, the buyer, the option to do your due diligence and walk away for any reason, including sneezing, during your option period. So say that you pay $500 for your option fee and you have a 7-day option period. So during the first 7 days of the contract, you're allowed to do all your due diligence, do your inspections, check everything out, start your financing, etc., and get everything organized. And if you change your mind or you find something wrong with your house, this 7 days you can walk away for any reason whatsoever. So now let's talk about the earnest money that goes along with the option fee within the first 3 days. The earnest money is typically 1 to 2% of the sales price of the house. Again, it's negotiable. And that money is used to let the seller know that you are serious about being in this contract and you have full intention on completing the purchase of this property. Both the earnest and the option money are credited back to the buyer at closing, so you're actually prepaying some of your closing costs and down payment. If you're buying new construction, typically you are not paying an option fee because new construction, it may take 7 to 8 months to actually build the home. So there is typically no option fee. There is earnest money, and the earnest money depends on whether you're working with a custom builder or a production builder, and everyone is different. Sometimes it's $5,000, sometimes it's 5% of the sales price. You just don't know, and each contract is different. So now that you have paid your earnest and your option money, the money that you're going to need next is during your option period, and that is your inspection monies. The inspections, first of all, you're going to get a general inspection, and that is based on square footage. You will pay anywhere from $550 up to a couple of $1,000s for a general inspection. If you're doing new construction, I always recommend a pre-drywall. If you're doing new construction, I always recommend a pre-drywall general inspection as well as an inspection about a week to 10 days before you close on the property. So if it's new construction, you're gonna have two fees. Typically, the inspector will give you a little bit of discount on the second inspection. Additionally, beyond the general inspection, you might have a plumbing inspection, which is the cost of a plumber to come out. If you're going to camera the lines for any reason, that's around $500 or $600. If you are going to have an electrician come out, again, you're gonna have to pay for their time. A roofer will come out. These days in Austin, Texas, most roofers will come out for free. Not all, but most will. And if you need to get a foundation inspection, and typically foundation inspections are about $125 to get the report. So those are the general inspections that you're going to be getting. Of course, there are always extra things like structural engineers or anything like that that you might need. We just don't know until you're under contract on the property. During the contract, there are a couple possible fees that you will be paying for. If you're getting a loan, you will be paying your appraisal, because as a buyer and having a mortgage or a loan on the property, your loan company will require an appraisal to make sure that they are not loaning you too much money on the property. Currently, appraisals range from $600 to $700 up to $1,200 to $1,500, depending on the appraiser and depending on your lender. Additionally, you might have to pay for a survey. If you're getting a new construction home, then the survey will be provided to you by the builder. If you are buying a resale home, which is a home that someone else has lived in, you might receive a survey from that seller. Well, that survey might work for your loan and might work for you, but we always advise that you actually get a new survey just in case the lines have changed. You want to make sure that you know where the easements are, where the fence lines are, where everything is on your plot of land. So it's really important, most of the transactions, to go ahead and get a new survey, especially if your lender wants it and also if you're paying for cash. If you're paying cash on a property, then you do not have to have an appraisal done. Again, I recommend always having an appraisal, but you don't have to have an appraisal if you are paying cash for your property. Again, if you're paying cash, I do recommend a new survey. Now let's continue on with closing costs. So if you're going to be getting a mortgage, closing costs are typically 2 to 2.5% of the value of the home. Again, that varies just a little bit depending on the lender. Our group, the Abundant Property Group, has helped hundreds of clients just like you buy and invest in Austin, Texas, and we would love to help you do the same. You can reach out to us, you can email, you can call us, you can text us, or book a Zoom call. All of our information is in the description below, and we would love to help you realize your real estate dreams here in Austin, Texas. If you're going to be paying cash, you don't have all the fees for the loan or your prepaids, which we'll talk about in just a second. So your fees are title fees and closing fees, which are typically just a couple of $1,000s. So let's assume you're getting a loan. Well, the first thing that you're going to bring to closing is your down payment. If you're a first-time home buyer, there are some special programs like FHA loans that are only 3.5% down. If you're going to do a typical, traditional, conventional loan, then you're going to be putting 20% down on your home. So whatever the cost of your home is, your down payment, let's just say, is going to be 20%. Additionally, the fees, you're going to have title fees, which are controlled by the state of Texas. They do not vary. You're going to have lender fees as well. Lenders' fees vary just a little bit depending on the lender, and each lender has a little bit different rate as well. So you definitely want to shop. And if you're interested, we have some amazing lenders that we can recommend to you. So reach out to us in the description below. It is also, if you're going to be buying down your rate, which you actually pay a little bit up front to get a better interest rate for the term of your loan, that is going to cost a little bit of money as well. So those are the general fees. Additionally, you're going to have what is called prepaids. Prepaids are prepaying your homeowner's insurance, prepaying your property taxes, prepaying your HOA fees. So typically some of your prepaids are held in escrow, and your escrow account is held at the mortgage company. It is a non-interest bearing account where your mortgage company will collect your property taxes and your insurance and pay that when the time comes. Your mortgage company wants to make sure that you're going to pay and not delay and not become delinquent on your insurance and your property taxes. So on your prepaids, typically with property taxes, it's 3 months of your property taxes. Typically with your insurance, it's 1 year's insurance or 3 months. In addition to prepaids, your lender fees, as well as title fees, you will be paying for your HOA transfer fees and documents, as well as possibly prepaying 3 to 4 months of your HOA. So this is not a prepaid, but it depends on your HOA, or if you have an HOA, it depends on your HOA what they're going to charge to transfer from the seller to the buyer, as well as what your monthly payments are or your quarterly payments for your HOA and how much that particular HOA wants in advance. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out this one just here about buying and selling here in Austin, Texas. I'm Kim Wilkin, Realtor and Broker Associate, and our team, the Abundant Property Group, are here to help you realize your real estate dreams here in town. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to watch the next video.